Okay, here again on the Rich Van Tassel channel, discussing tonight's Thursday night game. The Indianapolis Colts travel to Houston to play the Texans. We're going to start with the injury. For the Colts, both their quarterbacks are listed as questionable, Matt Hasselbeck and Andrew Luck. I had seen earlier today that Andrew Luck is out for the game, so I don't know if the injury report is just yet to catch up, but I'm expecting Matt Hasselbeck to be the starter tonight until otherwise, but you got to pay attention to that. We'll see if Andrew Luck doesn't decide to suit it up. Obviously, in this short week, it's probably difficult for him to get going. The rest of the injuries, Tyler Vargas, the running back, is out. Frank Gore, the running back, is probable. Dwayne Allen, the tight end, is probable. Greg Toller, a cornerback, is probable. Vontae Davis, another cornerback, is questionable. And Gerard Freeman, a linebacker, is out. For the Houston Texans, Chris Polk, the running back, is questionable. Arian Foster, the other running back, is probable to go. Jonathan Green, a third running back, is out. Nate Washington, wide receiver, is out. Ryan Mallett, the quarterback, is probable. Xavier Surafilo, the guard, is probable. Brandon Brooks, the offensive guard, probable. And Dwayne Brown, the offensive tackle, is questionable. So a lot of injuries on both sides of the ball. Houston, we've been discussing. I've expected them to be a playoff team. Their defense has really been disappointing this year. Are they going to turn it around? Well, now's the time while you're still in the division race. No one's running away with the AFC South as of right now. So they're still in it. They can start, with a win tonight against the Indianapolis Colts. That'll help them get moving. Arian Foster has got to be better than he was last week, coming back from an injury. So he's still listed as probable. So I'm guessing that injury is still bothering him a little bit. Chris Polk being questionable, the running game is probably going to be a big question mark going into the game. Ryan Mallett, if he plays, I expect him to be the starter, all things being equal. Obviously, if he's injured, Brian Hoyer will get the start, but I do expect Ryan Mallett to be the one starting because he is probable. Now, the quarterback situation has really got to be solved. Brian Hoyer, I'm not too convinced of. I thought Ryan Mallett was the much better option, but he has not been anything to write home about thus far this year. So you got some injuries on the offensive line. Though the worst of it is Dwayne Brown at questionable. The other guys are probable, so you expect his offensive line to be ready to go tonight. With Indianapolis, it comes down to turnovers. They didn't play very well last week against the Jacksonville Jaguars team. That was without Andrew Luck. So without Andrew Luck, they're going to look to run the ball more, which is, I think, something they need to do when Andrew Luck is on the field. Frank Gore is on the injury report, but I'm expecting him to go. You've got to look, when it comes to Indianapolis, at their secondary. You have Greg Toller, who was listed as probable, and Vontae Davis listed as questionable. Now, again, we've discussed probable is a guy I expect to go. Questionable obviously goes either way. Vontae Davis is their top cornerback. So you look for DeAndre Hopkins to have a good day if he's not covered by Vontae Davis, who is one of the better corners in the league. Now, will that be enough to get Ryan Mallett going, playing against the weak secondary that's even fully healthy, nothing to write home about, as we use that term again? That remains to be seen. I would expect it because I think Ryan Mallett's too good, and I think the Texans team is too good. I think where this game is going to be won, though, for Houston is on the defensive side of the ball. I think the pass rusher is merciless, Whitney Merciless, Jadeveon Clowney, and J.J. Watt finally get going. J.J. Watt doesn't really need to get going. It's more Clowney and Merciless. And then you have Cushing along with Vince Wilfork solidifying the defense up the middle. That's where I think this game is going to be won tonight. I don't expect Andrew Luck to play, and I think Indianapolis offense is going to struggle, and the defense comes awake, and Ryan Mallett's able to pick apart enough times that hampered Indianapolis secondary tonight. So I'd like the score to be 24-17 tonight. I'm taking the Houston Texans at home, and we'll see if this gets them rolling moving forward this season. So stay tuned for that. Again, we'll give you recaps of the playoff games, the baseball playoff games, and then we'll be back to give you each preview for this coming Sunday's game in the NFL. So be sure to stay tuned, enjoy the game tonight, and we'll see you soon.